Hi students, welcome to Dr. RK classes. Today I will explain one important concept, that is Van't factor. Before Van't factor concept, we need colligative properties concept. What are colligative properties? The properties of dilute solutions which depends on number of solute particle but not nature of solute are called colligative properties. The colligative properties are directly proportional to number of solute particles only. How many types of colligative properties? 4 types of colligative properties are present. RLVP, relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure. What is the use of colligative properties? To find out molecular weight of solutes. Means here A is nothing but solvent, B is nothing but solute. Just you consider A is solvent, B is solute. Here all colligative properties are inversely proportional to molecular weight of solute. Here colligative properties are directly proportional to number of solute particles. Colligative properties are inversely proportional to molecular weight of solutes. Here two definitions are important. One is, what is abnormal molecular weight or observed molecular weight? Abnormal or abnormal molecular weight or observed molecular weight. Another one is normal molecular weight. Normal molecular weight. Abnormal molecular weights are nothing but abnormal. Here abnormal molecular weight means the molecular weights which are calculated from colligative properties are called as abnormal molecular weights. What is normal molecular weight means? The molecular weights which are calculated from formula is called normal molecular weights. Why? The molecular weights which are calculated from colligative properties are called as abnormal means, here, if solute undergoes association or dissociation, we are not getting normal molecular weights. We are getting always abnormal molecular weights. Just observe here. Just already know colligative properties are directly proportional to number of solutes particles. Colligative properties are inversely proportional to molecular weight of solute. In the case of dissociated solutes, for example, I am taking NaCl. NaCl is dissolved in water to form Na plus and Cl minus. One NaCl molecule converted into Na plus and Cl minus. So here two particles are formed. Here number of particles are increased. When number of particles are increases, colligative properties are increases. When colligative properties is increased, molecular weight decreases. Molecular weights are decreases. In the case of dissociated solutes, here observed molecular weight is less than theoretical molecular weight. Similarly, in the case of associated solutes, for example, acetic acid, two molecules are dissolved in benzene, C6H6. You are getting this acetic acid undergoes association, you are getting one molecule. Two molecules are converted into one molecule. In the case of associated solutes, number of particles are decreases. Here colligative properties are decreases. When colligative properties decreases, molecular weight increases. This is observed molecular weight. In the case of associated solutes, the observed molecular weight is more than theoretical molecular weight. That means, if solute undergoes association or dissociation, you are not getting normal molecular weight. So, in order to get normal molecular weight, Van't introduced Van't factor into his equation. That is nothing but modified Van't equation. Just stop. Here, Van't equation phi is equal to CST. Here, phi is equal to ICST. This is modified Van't equation. Here, I is equal to observed osmotic pressure by normal osmotic pressure. So this I factor, I. If one-top factor is also introduced into other colligative properties. Why means all colligative properties are interrelated. So this I is introduced to other colligative properties. Just observe here. RLVP is equal to I into weight of solute by molecular weight of solute. Molecular weight of solvent by weight of solvent. Delta TB is equal to I into KB into weight of solute by molecular weight of solute into molecular weight of solvent by weight of 1000 by weight of solvent. Here delta TF is equal to I into KF into weight of solute by molecular weight of solute into 1000 by weight of solvent. Where I is equal to observed colligative property by normal colligative property, or I is equal to normal molecular weight of solute by observed molecular weight, or I is equal to number of particles formed after dissociation or association by number of particles before dissociation or association. These are important. Next topic is what is the relation between one-top factor and degree of dissociation? Degree of dissociation, alpha. That is also important topic. Just observe. Relation between one-top factor and alpha. Alpha is nothing but degree of dissociation. If solute undergoes dissociation or association 100%, here alpha is equal to 1. If solute dissociation or association is not equal to 100%, in that case this relation is most important. Just after that, for dissociated solutes, for dissociation, here initially I am taking x is raised to y plus z plus dash 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 n terms. Here before dissociation I am taking 1. Here 0 0. After dissociation, here 1 minus alpha, here alpha dash dash n alpha. Total number of particle after dissociation 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. Number of particles before dissociation is equal to how much? 1. Based on these two terms, just you find out I is nothing but one-top factor is nothing but number of particles formed after dissociation by number of particles formed before dissociation. Here 1 minus alpha plus n alpha by 1. That is equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. This is I. From this just you find out alpha. Just observe here. Now I is equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. From this you are getting 1 minus n 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. N minus 1 into alpha. Alpha is common here. Just here n minus 1 into alpha is equal to I minus 1. This one is shifted to here. Now here alpha is equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. This is important relation. This is the relation between degree of dissociation and want of factor. Here alpha is nothing but degree of dissociation. For associated solute, what is the relation between degree of dissociation and want of factor? For association, just observe here, nx is taken, it is converted into xn. Before association, here 1, here 0. After association, 1 minus alpha, here alpha by n. The total number of particle after association is equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. Before, total number of particles before association is equal to how much? 1. Based on these two terms, just you find out I is equal to number of particles formed after association by number of particles formed before dissociation. Here 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n by 1. So you are getting 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. From this, just you find out alpha. Just observe. Here I is equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. From this you are getting this one. I is equal to 1 minus into 1 minus 1 by n into alpha. From this alpha into 1 minus 1 by n is equal to 1 minus I. Now alpha is equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. This is for associated solute, relation between degree of dissociation and want of factor. Finally, for dissociated solute, for dissociation, I is always greater than 1. For association, I is less than 1. So this is most important concept for all competitive examination.
Please subscribe for more videos. For any doubts, please WhatsApp to my number 98491 38961. Thank you.